So normally when I start these videos off, I like to start something with something humorous, something a bit lighthearted to kind of get you into the mood of the review. But there's no humor this episode, none of that, because my Elgato HD has been dying on me. I had a very hard time getting footage for this review because this thing just didn't want to cooperate. So I think this thing might be on its last legs. But you know what, Elgato, you served me well for the past 2 years of the ZMan show. Also, as I record this, there's a typhoon hitting my city, so I'm going through a lot to give you this episode of the ZMan show. Anyway, let's talk about anime tits with Bullet Girls Phantasia. You ever go to school, get ready to get molested by your friends, and then everybody gets transported to Middle Earth? No? Just me? Bullet Girls is a very fan service heavy third-person shooter. That is a 100% objective view on this title. I didn't know what to expect when I picked this game up from PlayAsia other than anime girls and guns. It seemed like a simple concept for a fun time, and this title certainly gets the simple parts down. You play as one of many different anime girls, pick another anime girl as a partner, grab some guns, and go kill a bunch of stock fantasy characters. There's a standard array of bad guys here like goblins, orcs, slimes, skeletons, golems. Very stock if you ask me. It's like the artist read a copy of The Two Towers and called it a day. The shooting mechanics work well enough here. You point and you shoot, and that's all you need to do. Each girl has a primary weapon, but can also bring 2 other weapons into the arena to suit the situation. You have pistols, shotguns, snipers, machine guns, and even freaking rocket launchers are here to take back Middle Earth. Once I found the power of the machine gun in combination with something like grenades or a sniper rifle, it made the game kind of a cakewalk on normal difficulty, but definitely be on the up and up about upgrading your guns. Them pea shooters that you start out with won't be any useful post Chapter 3. All of the girls have a special move that builds up over time. Some moves are standard baddie clearing moves, one girl can summon drones into the arena to help out, and the tomboy character can bring a freaking tank into the arena, which sounds nice, but the tank handles like Rikishi after slamming a bottle of Everclear. Personally, I like the basic screen clearing moves to get the dudes off of me. It's like being a really hot girl surrounded by thirsty, uggo dudes and ripping off a huge fart to get rid of them. Huh, that sums up Bullet Girls Phantasia nicely, doesn't it? On the normal difficulty, Bullet Girls Phantasia isn't too hard. The only times I died is when I got swarmed by bad guys. This land has an endless amount of villains to kill, and that's exactly what you're gonna do. Most of their attacks are easily telegraphed and avoided. It's just that when you're surrounded by bad guys, you're gonna get hit a lot. And once the girls' Hollister brand vests get ruined by the bad guys, the girls are as durable as store brand paper towels. The skeletons I found really annoying as they just attack relentlessly, but they are limited in range by their swords. The golems are also really annoying to deal with, featuring a hard to hit weak point and being able to lob off huge amounts of health just by brushing the dust off your shoulder. Still, Bullet Girls Phantasia isn't that hard, at least on the normal difficulty. For those looking for a meaty challenge, hard and ecstasy modes await. I once went to a bar in Kabukicho where the barkeep was showing a BDSM video that involved him whipping and fingering some poor bound woman before pouring candle wax on her. When I asked the guy if he was hurting the model, his only response was, "Ecstasy!" Sorry, went on a bit of a tangent there. But that's what happens when you get bored, your mind just starts to wander. Like, why do all these orcs drop girls' underwear when they die? Like, what the hell are they doing to women in this world? Is there a factory that's just pumping out these dudes day by day by day? Is that why they all look the freaking same? That's the other major problem of this title. The budget is so low. All of the levels are reused shamelessly, and they are all ugly. And the bad guys are all just mindless targets. And the music, pretty forgettable. And the load times, Jesus, on the standard PS4, the load times are really long. Even with a 15-hour campaign, I found Bullet Girls Phantasia to be a slog. Oh yeah, I forgot, there are these intensive drilling segments where you poke and prod a girl to level her up. I'm not gonna lie, didn't like these parts. I kept getting excellence and goods, but I could never get my ranking up past B. They turn the tables on you a bit later and have the player get molested. It's an interesting concept, but all you do is mash circle. And screw you, PS4, I record when I want to record. I think the depth of my Elgato must be getting to me, because I'm usually not so negative about games. Am I? Well, even though I'm kind of negative and kind of out to lunch on this title, there is a lot of good points to Bullet Girls Phantasia. There is a decent plot here. It starts off slow, but eventually players start to get backstory and learn the lore of this world that they are transported into. The characters are one note, but for the kind of game Bullet Girls is, it works perfectly. The voice acting is good, though the running voice clips got really annoying. And for those expecting a boring fan service game where the only motivation is tits, the story at least makes an honest attempt to do something to hold the player's interest. And despite my complaints about the game getting boring, it does invoke that old Gauntlet feeling of 1 vs 100. With some refinement and a bigger budget, Bullet Girls could be something special with future games. Alas, I think the developers only have one thing on their mind, which is getting groped by dark-skinned elven babes. But isn't that what man strives for? Bullet Girls Phantasia is definitely for a limited audience. Between how hard it is to buy, you either have to get a physical copy from Play Asia or go to the Hong Kong store to get an English version of the title, and how low budget it is and how repetitive it is, only means that this game is for a very, very, very narrow audience. I don't think the average Call of Duty or shooting game fan will really enjoy this title. But for those who do want to take a chance, if the gameplay doesn't look that bad to you, I think you can find some fun here. But like I said, I cannot deny the low budget really hurts this title in the long run. That's why my final verdict for Bullet Girls Phantasia is an average 5 out of 10. Not the worst game on the market, but you could spend your money on a lot better games. But if you do buy it, you're not going to throw the game disc out the window. Hopefully not, because that would be a waste. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this episode of the ZMan Show. Did you play Bullet Girls Phantasia? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you on the next episode of the ZMan Show. Later, everybody. It's still pretty humid in Japan. Fall, I need you now more than ever.